Greetings. Today I want to elaborate on a few things, but before I begin to elaborate, I would like to show you my excruciatingly epic and aesthetically pleasing new Thai boxing gloves. Dun dun dun. Fwa. Myrmleon. That is a pair of extremely glorious gloves. So the reason why I appreciate these gloves so extremely much is because they are in honor of Ludwig van Beethoven, and as you might know, my intro music is usually Ludwig van Beethoven's Fifth Symphony, which you heard in the beginning of this video as well. So when I saw these gloves, I fell immediately in love with them. So yeah, absolutely epic. And yeah, courtesy of jab.se, jab.se, and I actually have a discount code there now, Glorious Lion 15. I will link their store below, and also the discount code gives you 15% off. Now, I have been a customer of theirs for a good few years and always been happy with the service, etc. So, for example, I bought these Glorious Venom gloves, bought them full price a few months back, so it's a company I can definitely recommend. So yeah, check that out, and shout out Jab. Anyway, that was just the intro. I want to show off my beautiful new gloves, and I wrote on Instagram that I will perhaps not even use them because they're so magnificent and shiny, but I will do so, and I will make a ritual of it, so the first time I use them. So will be for an epic training video. Now to the actual point of this video, and that is to illuminate some unenlightened normlings that say, oh, why do you recommend training in the gym? Why do you recommend training MMA, for example? And also, for the record, whenever I say MMA, I mean all martial arts, so I can mean judo as well. It's just that I say MMA instead of, or write MMA instead of martial arts. But I include everything in that label. So anyway, the metaphysical aspects of it all. So it's not just like, oh, you should be prepared to fight, to box. It's also that, but that's not the only part of it. And when we're talking about the gym, it's not only about getting, a good pair of arms or getting to a certain strength level. Both of these things, both MMA and the gym, and both like weightlifting or powerlifting or strongman or more bodybuilding or even calisthenics, or if we're talking about martial arts, you can have Thai boxing or judo. The metaphysical qualities, the metaphysical gains you make from all of these sort of things are quite similar, and those are the things that I would like to stress, and I will continue to stress them, because if you just look at it from a purely materialistic sort of point of view, you see bodybuilding as, oh, the only gains he's getting from that is to get a certain, more muscles on his arms. But it's so much more than that. Same thing with boxing. If you say like, oh, he's getting good at fighting with his fists, but it's more than that. It's mental gains as well. And the key, and also this is why I say that it doesn't really matter if you train MMA or if you train in the gym. Train whatever you like the most, because the gains will be there anyway. So if you get muscular and strong in the gym, you will become a better fighter. If anyone disputes this, it's because you haven't rolled with particularly skilled and muscular guys and strong guys, because if you roll with someone who's strong, it will be harder to get in locks, etc. And, the more mass you have, the harder you can punch. Simple physics, really. And the same token, if you train really hard, wrestling, for example, these guys are extremely strong. So, no matter what you train, you get a bit of the other things as well. And obviously, if you train Thai boxing, you get, good leg development, etc. So it's not like you have to choose, but you can get a bit of everything from judo to strongman and everything in between. Now, obviously, you need to specialize if you want to get really good at something, but the point I'm trying to make is that a lot of guys ask, what exactly should I train? And my response is always like, go with the style, go with the club where you can train the most frequent, and where you can incorporate it into your everyday life in the best possible way, because that allows for a long-term progression. Now, anyway, very long video to get to a fundamental truth here. The fundamental truth is that if you are squatting really heavy in the Temple of Iron, it is uncomfortable. It is not fun at all. It is uncomfortable. It is something that you need to overcome mentally. It's not a stroll in the park. Same thing with certain, like when you're rolling in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu or when you're sparring, etc. Same sort of mental uncomfort. And the same thing when you're deadlifting or when you're squatting heavy. It is a level of discomfort you need to overcome. And in overcoming that, you gain those mental, metaphysical strength that is good for other things as well. So that is an important aspect which we should point out when we're talking about training in general. It's not only about exactly what you see. It's not only that you go into the gym, do deadlifts because you want to have a strong deadlift. You get a lot of different health benefits on the road there. And same thing, Thai boxing session. It puts the pressure on you, and you can choose the level of commitment you go in with. And in choosing your level of commitment, that's also a test of willpower. And if you train your willpower, then you will have an easier time overcoming maladies such as fapping to porn. So the key is that don't stare yourself blind at, now I'm gonna train strongman, now I'm gonna lift this tire which weighs 440 kg. It's so much more than that. It's an obstacle you're overcoming, and this will be for another video. But some people say like, oh, training should be fun. Training should be fun sometimes, but the majority of training shouldn't be comfortable at all. You should have to push yourself to the limit every time. And in doing so, it's not only taxing for the body, it's also taxing for your mind. It trains your mind to overcome these sort of things. So, I hope that rant made sense. Anyway, to conclude, can you say that whatever you train, strongman, powerlifting, judo, Thai boxing, MMA, whatever you train, as long as you train hard, consistently, and gain those metaphysical qualities, it's all good. So it's not only about, oh, I'm training boxing so I can knock people out. That's a good side effect, but you also get all of these sort of mental and also health benefits, which you get in these other sports I also recommended. So that is the point with me pushing that you train hard, because it's not only about everyone going around being jacked, although that would be cool as well, but the main key is also to get your body and mind into a good position, because the body and mind are one. The brain and the body are one as well. So give yourself the best possible conditions to grow and become more enlightened. So anyway, I hope that made sense. Be sure to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Facebook is a bit dying, but still. Yeah, fucking juicy. And yeah, train hard. XOXO, boom.